Hey lovelies, it's Kate. Welcome back to another tutorial. I built some spiral stairs using the brand new platforms and I can't wait to show you guys. I made a bigger version and a smaller one, so you could use the big one for a mansion, but there's also a small alternative in case you build a more compact house. And my dear friend RGR Gaming came up with a similar attempt, and he showed me and said that I can just take it and see what I can do with this, that I can use it for a tutorial. And I played around with it until I came up with some proper spiral stairs, because his were a little different. But shout out to RGR Gaming, he's amazing. I'm going to link him down below in the description box of course. I've also noticed that another simmer came up with some spiral stairs. I came up with this myself, but I'm going to give credit and link everything down below in the description box, because I feel like sometimes we have similar ideas, but we should still credit each other. Like for the bunk beds, for example, I've seen like 4 different tutorials and people had a lot of similar ideas for this, but for me it's still important to give credit. So you can find everything in the description box, and now we are going to jump right in. So this is really simple actually, and I want to explain you the general idea first. So we are building a room in the center, and I'm pressing G to activate the grid, and my room is 2 by 2 tiles big, and I'm using the short wall height, which is important, otherwise this layout is not going to work. And now we want our spiral stairs to go around this room like this, and we are going to use these pre-shaped triangular platforms, and I'm just going to show you the idea behind it before we start to work on this step by step. So we have these corners over here, and we are going to use the triangles like this essentially, and then we of course have these areas, and we are also going to fill them in by using triangles, and we are simply going to place them like this. I mean, now they just kind of merged together. I'm going to place them just so you can see. So this is the general idea, and the same goes for these areas over here. Of course, this doesn't make a lot of sense right now because the heights are all over the place, but this is how this works. It's really simple, and we are going to do this step by step now. So as I said, we're using this triangular platform, and when you build a platform, I just want to quickly say this, you have 2 options. You can either click on these arrows over here, or you can layer them by simply placing more of them on top of each other. So this is up to you, whatever you like, but never click on this arrow over here, because this is just for the foundation height and this has nothing to do with this tutorial at all. So always make sure to click on these arrows in case you don't see these arrows, in case you don't see these triangular platforms. If you don't see any platforms in your game, make sure to update your game, because this was recently added to the base game in a free update. So now, as I've shown you, I'm starting over here in the corner, and by default this is 1 step high, which means your Sims can't traverse. So we have to make sure that we only have a height difference of 1 step, so we don't have to attach any stairs, and your Sims can simply step on this platform. So now I'm attaching another triangle over here like this, and this kind of merged together, and in this case I'm just placing another one on top. Now I'm filling in this gap, and I'm also just layering them right now because why not. And now I've already reached the corner, and as I've shown you in the beginning, we want to place a triangle over here. Now I'm clicking on the arrow so you can see this method, and now we are going to do the same over here. We are picking up a triangle and we make it higher, and there's always only 1 step height difference, which is really important. So this is what we have now. As I've shown you, we have this triangle in the corner over here and over here, and we filled in the square by combining 2 triangles, so it's a square of course. And now we've reached this corner, so there goes another triangle in the corner, again 1 step height difference, really easy. And now I'm placing the next one, and this is just really easy. once you got the hang of this and you just understand that you have to use the triangles in the corner and that you have to fill in the square using a triangular platform like this, then you just know how it works, and you can build all kinds of different spiral stairs. So now we have reached the next corner, once again a triangle in the corner. And now we have two options. You could either use a triangle like this to fill this in, or you could use a square platform. I'm going to show you both versions. You have to keep something in mind if you want to use the triangle version. There is a slight glitch and difference, so we are going to use the square platform right now. Again, they merged, so I'm just placing the next one on top and I'm bringing it to the correct height. So now we have to connect it to this room, and this up here is the second floor, and there are some limitations to platforms. A platform can only be as high as a room, so your wall height is the limitation for your platform height. I've prepared something over here, so as you can see, I cannot make this platform any higher, so when I bring it down or when I bring it up, this is it. So I have to connect the floor above with some stairs. This is how you have to do it. This is the limitation. And now when I want to pick some stairs, I can't do it because can't intersect with walls. So you can simply click on your sledgehammer tool and delete these two walls down here. I'm going to show you. So these walls here, you have to remove them, and when they are gone, it's all good. At some point the walls were just messing with some stairs. Even a couple of updates ago, it just happened at some point. And now I can build my stairs like this, and that's it. And now I could simply build a floor piece over here, for example, to just build it like this, so I can build a room above, or I don't know. I'm going to test this so my sim can walk over here quickly. And it works perfectly, as you can see. So now let's take a look at the triangle version. So I could also, instead of the square platform, place a triangular platform over here. And now when I bring it down, it looks like this. And now I also have to delete these two walls. And now when I want to build some stairs, it works and the stairs are functional. The problem is that this happens. So you have this visual glitch, the side of the stairs are visible. And there is a very simple fix for this. You simply click on the sledgehammer tool. You could also press K on your keyboard and then click on the sides of the stairs and they are gone. There are some stairs which don't have this issue at all. These ones, for example, these over here do. All of them are base game stairs, but just in case if you want to use these ones, for example, you have to keep this in mind. Use the sledgehammer tool and you're not running into this problem at all when you're using the square platform. But I mean, this is like literally the easiest fix ever. And you could also use a triangle to fill in this area if you would like to. So as I've said, you can just be creative with this and do whatever you want to. You just have to understand how it works, and then you can just create your own layouts basically. And now I'm going to show you a more compact version. This version is identical to the one that I've shown you, but it's more compact. It's perfect for smaller houses. So once again, we are building a room, but this room is only 1 tile big. So this is like a huge main difference. Again, we are using the short wall height, which is really important. And now we are using the triangular platform. But after placing it, you have to use this arrow to make it smaller. So this is more compact, as I've said. And after placing it, you will see the symbol. And when you click on it, you can copy your triangular platform. And this is important for this layout because the default size is bigger, and this way you don't have to make it smaller every time. You can simply copy it and that's it. So you repeat the same steps that I've shown you. The layout is completely identical. So I'm going to quickly finish this because, as I've said, it's really identical, but I wanted to show you this version in case you want to have like a more compact house, for example. And now we only have to fill this gap again. I'm going to remove the wall now because it doesn't matter if you remove it first or after placing your platform. I placed a square platform and I make it smaller using the arrows, and I'm also simply going to fill in the gap just as we've done before. I'm going to bring it up, and now I'm using some stairs, and that's it. So now it's time to send our sim up here to see if it all works, and it does. There she is. So this is the smaller version, and now it's time to decorate these stairs a bit. And also I think we have to figure out a way to hide these horrible, I don't know, there are just some edges sticking out. So now you have to activate your cheats. This is super important. So open your cheat console and type in these cheats. This is again super important, otherwise this is not going to work, because we are going to use a debug object to hide these horrible edges sticking out. I'm also going to show you a different version using columns, but I feel like this looks really good and debug is full of nice treasures. So now that you have activated all your cheats, click on filter items, and then here at the very top click on base game. And now on the left side type in world into the search bar, and then you simply press enter, and it should take you right to the debug objects, and then you have to scroll down a little until you see the correct object, and it's this one. It's called large painting, small painting, and there is a medium painting. There's also a picture in progress, so we are going to use these 3 objects mostly depending on the dimensions, and we're going to figure out now what is going to work. So this is just a canvas, and the reason why this is perfect for this type of thing is because, as you can see, it's not jumping up, it's not trying to sit on top of the platform or anything. You can easily move it around, and this is where it's perfect. So now I'm making this object bigger, and this way I can see where it fits perfectly, and I'm going to place it over here. Usually you have to press Alt on your keyboard to position objects freely, but this here, because technically it's supposed to snap to a wall, as you can see here, this is already moving freely. But if you use another object, press Alt on your keyboard and then move your mouse. So now I'm placing this object. Now I'm picking another one, and I want this one to be diagonal. I'm sizing it up, and now I place it so the corners meet. I can also adjust the position of this one a little bit. Now I'm using another one, and this way you could completely hide the edges sticking out. If you want to have a very clean modern design, I feel like this is probably the best solution. And you can also raise an object, of course, so this way you can just completely hide the whole side of the platform essentially, and it doesn't even flicker, which is perfect. So you can just place lots of these canvases if you would like to, and then you have a really unique look. And this is one way to do this. Of course, there are so many debug objects, also base game objects, so you can find anything, really anything, different walls and just stuff to hide this if you want to make this look fancy. And of course you can also use a half wall to make it look even more fancy. Unfortunately, the half walls alone don't prevent the issue, so you would still have to use a trick, or you just leave it the way it is. I mean, in my opinion, it still looks good, but if this bothers you, I just wanted to give you a quick fix. And another fix would be to simply use a column, and this way you could also hide it. I mean, it depends on the size of the column. This base game column is big enough to really hide it, this one as well, and you could also change the height a bit. It totally depends what you want to build. Also, when you pick a platform trim down here, it's worse with some trims. So this one, for example, is super bad because it has this huge frame at the bottom, but if you use this one, for example, it's not this bad. So you have to figure this out for yourself, what might work for you and what might look good. But I would highly recommend to use this base game debug object. It's white, it's plain, it's simple. You could use it for all kinds of different styles, and it's really easy to work with. There's no flickering, and also you don't even have to hold Alt. It's just really easy, as you can see, to move it around. So this would be my recommendation for this. And this is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. As always, if you have any questions, just leave a comment down below. I hope that you will have fun building some spiral stairs, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye!